Hey, what's going on, guys? It's David here from GenZio. We're in Denver, Colorado. I'm here with Alex of Gradient. Alex, man, how you doing?
Very good, sir. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Day one, ETH Denver. We're at the FP block event right now, but it's day one. Probably you got in yesterday or the day before, but for the conference is day one. Did you get a chance to swing by?
I did, yeah, I did. I swung by the Decentralized AI Summit, checked out some of the booths around, saw some, main conference, speeches. It's good vibes. Yes. Despite the bear market, right? I think you can really see that the people who are here now are the builders.
Yep.
And like the people who are successful in the bull markets are the people who are here in the bear markets. So anyway, it's good to see all the people, showing up and building real stuff.
Absolutely, I agree with you. I mean, it seems like it is a topic of discussion. We can point out the elephant in the room that the status of the market is, what it is. And everybody knows that.
Yeah.
And everybody knows that. So it is obviously most people that you're talking to, whether you're, in this networking space or at the conference, it's, what do you think about this? What are you thinking? What are you thinking? How's this look?
Yeah.
And so it's yeah, I agree basically with what you're saying. Yeah.
The thing is, like, I've been in the space since 2017, and honestly, it's never been more bullish. The fundamentals of the space, the fundamentals of Bitcoin adoption, the fundamentals of ETH adoption in regards to decentralized finance, in regards to stable coins, in regards to so many different things, are off the charts, right? We have regulatory clarity in the US. We have like real institutions buying large amounts of Bitcoin and Ethereum and understanding their crypto strategies. Solana has millions of users.
Yeah.
It's pretty epic.
Awesome, man. Awesome. Well, I had the chance to hear you on the panel. Great job. And Gradient is definitely something that is very interesting for all. So I'd like for you to kind of give us an intro as to what is Gradient for our listeners who don't know what it is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, for sure. So we basically focus on helping companies run AI inference. So you need to run models. You can run them locally with our software. So you can aggregate your own computers into a cluster, run it for free. You own it. Nobody's training on your data. So that system's called Parallax. And then we use Parallax with another system called Echo, which is doing the same concept of local distributed systems for post-training. So we help you with reinforcement learning rollouts. We help you train models on your own company data.
Okay.
And so, the reason that you would want to do that with our software is we reduce the costs of post-training by about 80%. It's a huge barrier to entry for many companies. If you don't have billion-dollar budgets, like you don't have the ability to train a model on your own company data, but there's a million different reasons why you would need and want to do that. And so with Echo, we're seeing the cost of doing reinforcement learning go down by about 80% for some technical reasons. And then also we're running on consumer hardware.
Oh, okay.
So if you have a 4090, an NVIDIA GPU sitting around in the office, and homie over here has another 4090 sitting around, at home or in the office, you pull those resources and you can train models. And so anyway, we help companies do that. And then anyway, if you want to scale it up, we also have a cloud. We aggregate, all the top models from all the hosting providers and pass big discounts to our clients. So the cloud is called CommonStack.
Okay, cool. So, I'm sure you get asked this often, but where's this overlap with Web3 and AI?
Yeah. So the first thing is like a fundamental premise of Web3, which is like user owned, local. So, being able to run AI models on your own hardware, being able to train AI models on your own hardware, that's a fundamental thing that aligns very closely with the crypto space. And then the other piece of the puzzle is we want our customers to be able to crowdsource compute for these different workloads.
Yeah.
Right now, we don't have that it's part of the roadmap. We don't have that built out yet. That's where the Gradient token will come in. But sometime mid this year, we're planning on launching that token and basically incentivizing a GPU pool of resources to where you can basically spin up your own, think of it as a subnet. Okay. So it won't be one big GPU cloud like a lot of the deepin protocols out there. It's more of a personal network for your company. We see that different companies have different specs. They have different needs, security concerns, very different like performance and latency needs. So we decided that building one big GPU cloud doesn't make sense for our business. It's much better to allow people to build their own sort of like subnet, as you might think about it.
Okay. And who would be your guys' like, common user?
Yeah. So it's very much a B2B, thing. if a consumer or like a prosumer or a developer wants to run an AI model locally for themselves, for their own agent or something,
Yeah.
like you can totally do that. But we're really seeing the cost savings and the functionality benefit, agent development platforms. So people like platforms that allow you to build agents and then deploy them. We're seeing all kinds of business automation companies. So sales automation, marketing automation, customer support, all the places where AI is disrupting and companies are creating very specific like niche products out of those verticals. Those have been our customers currently, and because they care about cost savings, they
Yeah.
care about having access to all the models. And this year we're rolling out the post training functionality, and that's something that these types of businesses need
Yeah.
because they want to train on their own data.
Yeah. And then another thing I, must ask is there is this assumption that AI will take our jobs, take our lives. What is your 2 cents?
Yeah. I mean, I'm definitely not the expert to sort of answer that, but I listen to people like Dara Modi and people like running Anthropic and people who like really understand where this industry is going. Um, it's definitely the case that if you are not using these tools, you
Yeah.
will be disadvantaged versus someone who does use these tools. So, I mean, it's similar to like when the internet came around, right? It's like, eventually it became a point where every traditional business had a website.
Yeah.
They have an e-commerce platform. They understand digital marketing. They understand SEO. Similar kind of concept. Now, the AI world is taking it to a whole new level because now we're automating like knowledge work. And then once there's robotics with applied AI, we're automating a lot of manual tasks. Tesla and Waymo are automating drivers. So I think the game here is to spend time learning about these tools, work with them,
Yeah.
spin up projects,
Utilize them.
try them. Like you don't even have to like implement some crazy thing for your business. Just try them out. See maybe if you can make your life a little easier. See if you can maybe do something for your job that allows you to kind of like scale up your work and, impress your boss kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, dude, I think it's beautiful that what humans have been able to do with this, like the fact that we have this at our hands,
Yeah.
or whether you're on your computer or your phone, like it's remarkable the place that we're in.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's a beautiful thing. And I think it's only going to get better. And like you said, either get with it and start utilizing, or that is when you will get left behind, right?
Yeah. And I think it's important that we bring the whole economy with us, right?
Yeah.
Like it's important to educate people, make these tools accessible. That's one thing we're really proud of at Gradient is like the tools that we build are not, I mean, a big, very well capitalized research lab, AI research lab could use our tools, but also like a small guy that's just starting a startup who wants to run his own models or who wants to train his own model or who wants to access all these like very expensive models for a low cost. Like we open up access.
Yeah.
And so we think that that's at least one thing that can be done to help bring in more companies, bring in more people is just open up access to the tools because it's cost prohibitive and it's technically complex. And so we can take care of both of those things.
Okay, awesome, man, awesome. We're at ETH Denver. What is something you guys want to achieve while you're here?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I mean, hang out with awesome people like you guys, right?
Thanks,
Just,
bro.
I mean, get the vibes, right?
Yeah.
I think the crypto world is typically very decentralized, right? And so getting time in person to hang and, have a drink and talk over life and talk over the industry.
Yeah.
Kind of like, we can each help each other with our tears on the crypto prices. But yeah, I mean, the main thing we're trying to do is like just meet companies that are using AI systems for different parts of their business and just figure out how we can help them, and so, yeah, we're just, going to lots of AI related events. Obviously went to the main conference today.
Yeah.
It was awesome. There was this crazy like art exhibit at the beginning.
Uh-huh.
You're zigging and zagging through. You feel like you're just like tripping out.
Yeah.
It's super awesome. So anyway, yeah, we're kind of doing a mix of different things.
That's good to hear, man. And I know you mentioned a token, but is there anything else that the people listening can be excited about for this year?
Yeah, I mean, the big thing that we're launching this year is we're going to call it, well, it's called Echo V2. And so Echo is basically allowing you, once we open source it, you can download the code and run it on your own computer to post-train a model.
Okay.
So that's really exciting. I mean, it does take, a little bit of technical know-how, but, there's very few systems out there that are free that you can actually use to train your own model. So, apart from getting involved in the community, understanding how the token will end up working, try out our tools, and give me a call, send me a DM on X, DMs are open, right? We want to like see what people's problems are and just help address them,
Yeah. Cool, man. Well, speaking of, where can they follow you to stay up to date?
Yeah, for sure. So on X, Alex_Moran. On my Telegram, you can hit me up, Alex Moran. Yeah, I would say those are really the main
And the
places.
gradient?
Yeah, gradient_HQ is the X handle. CommonStack, it's at CommonStack is our cloud platform. I would say follow CommonStack, especially because every time we deploy a new model,
Yeah.
it's like whenever a new model drops, like everyone wants access to it, right?
Yeah.
And we typically will have the new models like the day that they're dropped, if not like 2 days after. So follow CommonStack because that's where you get all the notifications about what models are available.
Awesome, man. Alex, thank you so much, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for the time, man. I really enjoyed it.
Hey, what's up?
But it's not something GenZio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a hive.
You know we do not understand that we need not
Ladies and gentlemen.
We're back at the GenZio Media House.
Awesome. Well, thanks so much for joining us today.